Mental health tonight. Soldiers from New England now deployed to the Middle East. Their selfless service is a source of tremendous pride, but also tremendous stress, especially for their kids at home. Joining us now is Dr. Erica Lee, a psychologist at Boston Children's Hospital. Lovely to see you, Doctor.
Hey, Dr. Lee. Happy Monday. So question one, you have read some of that research that's out there about military families. How does it describe the challenges that are facing children when one and in many cases both of their parents are on the front line?
Yeah, I really appreciate you asking about this topic because our military families sacrifice so much for our country. Statistics show that nearly 40% of our military personnel have children, and about 70% of children of active duty members are 11 years old or younger. So this is really impacting a lot of young children. And we know that the children of military personnel do face unique challenges, right? So not only, of course, being separated from their caregivers or caregiver for a long period of time during a deployment, but they also often worry about their loved ones' well-being. And families, of course, here have to continue to live their regular daily lives while their loved ones away. Another thing that often impacts military families, which is pretty unique, is that we know that they move really frequently. So on average, every 2 to 3 years, which means that children and families often have to move away from different support networks and then have to reestablish themselves somewhere new. And that means that over their childhood and adolescence, kids can move many, many times.
Do you worry about one specific age group more than others, Doctor?
Yeah, that's a great question. Not really. I mean, every age group has their own specific stresses, and being separated from your loved ones is going to have an impact no matter how old you are. But of course, it's going to vary based on your developmental stage. One thing I think is important for viewers to know is that children whose parents have been deployed to war zones tend to exhibit more symptoms of anxiety and sadness, which of course makes sense, right? When the world feels less predictable during times of conflict, and children in military families have to face the very real possibility that their loved ones might be harmed or killed while they're away. So you might start to see symptoms like kids have difficulty separating from their caregivers. They act younger or older than they are. Sometimes they blame themselves for things that go wrong, or they show physical signs that they're having a hard time, that they're complaining a lot of headaches or stomach aches or feeling nauseous.
Right.
And also really importantly, I think sometimes we think so much about the kids, which is really important, but also the caregivers who remain have a great deal of extra stress that they have to deal with depending on the needs of their kids. So it's really important to think about how they're doing too.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. And of course, Dr. Lee, these people are our neighbors, our friends. They're an important part of our community. So what are some ways that we can help?
Yeah, absolutely. Start by just checking in with your neighbors. How are they doing? Can you offer a helping hand? Our local veterans groups and VAs often have programs for families, and Home Base, which was started here in Massachusetts, has wonderful specialists for military members and their families who need behavioral health support. And really often just with young people, if you have young people in your life whose family members you know are away, try to check in more frequently, give them opportunities to connect, especially on important days or milestones when it may feel especially hard to be away from people that they love.
Oh, Dr. Lee, great talking with you about this, and we always appreciate your wisdom. Thanks, Doctor.
Thanks, Dr. Lee.
Thank you so much.